Right guys, welcome back to the workshop. So in this video I'm going to be upgrading screw storage in the workshop. At the moment I've got a real rubbish looking shelving unit which I've been using up till now. So I'm hoping to make something that looks a lot nicer and will work nicely with the new shelving that I finished in the last video. So because I don't like wasting materials, most of these drawers or boxes are going to be made out of the leftover 12mm ply that I used on my failed attempt at building shelving and shallow cabinets above the mitre station. So the first thing I did was start cutting all the pieces down to the height needed for the drawers. I started with the smaller pieces and then I could work on to the slightly longer stock that I had. Then I could start cutting all the pieces down to the correct lengths, and before anyone else mentions it, I know that cutting wide pieces like this on a table saw isn't the best thing to do, but I'm not happy with my crosscut sled, so this is the way I chose to do it. Then I needed to run each piece through the table saw twice to add a 45 on both ends. So I decided I wanted to add a finger hole on the front of the boxes or drawers. So to do that, I clamped two pieces next to one another on a flat piece of board. Then I put a clamp on to stop them separating, as I used a normal hole saw bit to drill a hole between the two pieces. Then it was back to the table saw to run all the pieces through twice to make a groove for the base of the box to actually fit in. And the base fits in nice and snug. And if you're wondering what I'm actually using for the base, it's the leftover ply that was on the back panels of the bedroom units that I got the doors off. So once that was done, I could then dry assemble a box and make sure all the pieces were the correct size. And that looks good to me. So the last thing I need to do before I can start assembling the drawers or boxes is use my trim router to round over the finger holes just to make it a bit more comfortable to grab onto. And after what seemed like an absolute eternity, all the pieces were prepped and ready for assembly. So for the glue up, I'm using the tried and tested tape method, which just involves lining all the pieces up on a piece of tape, adding the glue, and then folding it all up. And believe it or not, this is actually the first time I've ever used this technique. And that is the box complete. So I'm going to continue to do this, and I'm probably going to leave the tape on overnight, let the glue dry, and in the morning I will come back, remove the tape and fire in some 18 gauge brads just to add a bit of strength to the mited corners. And I've got to say that using this new nail gun, I can actually be a lot more accurate with this one than my Boss Stitch pneumatic nailer. I always had problems knowing exactly where the nail was going to fire, but this one is absolutely spot on. And that is the boxes complete. So last thing to do is give it a super quick sand with the random orbit sander, and then I finished it off by hand with some worn out sanding discs, and that was job done. So this is the first time I'm fitting all the boxes in the unit. Now, the way I measured it, I planned on leaving a couple of mil between every box to make it that much easier to put in and take them out. But knowing what I'm like with measurements, I was expecting to get to the last box and realised I'd messed up some way or another. And to my surprise, they actually fit like a glove. So, bonus. Right, well, I'm sure you'll agree that this. Right, well, I'm sure you'll agree that this looks way better than what I had before, and it fits in nicely with the recently built shelving and cabinets. All I've got to do is work out what I'm going to put on the front to identify what length of screws are in what box. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like. If you're new here and you're not yet subscribed to the channel, then why not consider subscribing? It's free after all. I'm also on Instagram now, so feel free to go and follow me over there. I'll leave a link to that in the description. So, as always, thanks for watching, and you will see me in the next video. Cheers for watching, guys.